1 month after you take this job, you get a heart attack.
Now, I can never go to any conversation without this one, but yes.
So, now,
38 days to be exact.
All right. So did you think maybe you had taken the wrong job? It was too much pressure, and you were a vegan and you were an exerciser, and
marathon.
How did that? You run marathons, or so? What went wrong?
So, as a quick public service announcement to all of us in the room, heart disease is the biggest killer in America. To be serious, the reason why is most of us don't know we have it. My family background didn't allow me to understand a lot of my history. And so, again, being relatively fit and eating crazy like a vegan, you think that nothing would happen, and something did. And I think when you talk to cardiologists, when you talk to heart specialists, unfortunately, some of the things internal, your plumbing is what affects you. So
you have your heart attack, and then they come in and say, guess what? You need a heart transplant.
Yeah.
So were you a little surprised about that?
I was a little surprised and a little hesitant. They talk about the fact that heart transplant surgeries are 93% successful, the actual surgery. And of course, us being who we are, it's like, so what happens to the 7%? So when they not a good answer on that one, by the way.
So when they came in and told you needed a heart transplant, did you ask for a second opinion or anything like that?
We did travel around, and I'm fortunate enough to know people all over the country, and I was trying to figure out if there was something else, because most of us, guys in particular, think we can fix things, right? It's like, I'll just, run it off or something. That is not true, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot fix these things. And what the doctors around the world that I trust and know told me, they said, sit your butt down and get the surgery, because that's the only way you're going to live. Okay, it's one thing to say you need a heart transplant, but you got to get a heart. So don't you have to wait online for a long time? How did you get a heart? So it is one of the most Byzantine processes of how you apply and what levels you're in and how all this gets worked. It's very well regulated and modulated so that people don't take advantage in any way, shape, or form. But I was very fortunate. I was on a list, and on my birthday, ladies and gentlemen, on my birthday, on the morning of, my doctor, Anderson, called and said, quote, "Have we got a kick-ass heart for you?" And we happened to be at a meeting at United, kind of a strategy vision going forward, that I was in the middle of it. I had come back from my heart attack, and I had this device. And I stood up after lunch. We were determining, actually, the strategic future of the company, where all the things that we've been able to do over the last couple of years and all the things that we're doing. But I knew that morning I had to go into the hospital that afternoon. And so I went to the meeting, just because what else am I going to do for the morning? And we were excited. And then I didn't say anything other than my general counsel and a couple of folks to make sure they knew. But I did stand up at lunch and said, I'm not going to be back after lunch. I got to go to the hospital. I got this thing I got to do. But there's a classic line that I didn't mean to say the way I said it, but I said, I'll see you on the other side. And again, as you know, that could have a lot of meanings. I meant the most positive meaning, hey, I'll be back. And so the surgery went great. I was in and out. I was out of a 21-year-old beat me as far as the history at Northwestern Hospital, but I was out in about 7 days. 7 days. So out on a Thursday. I was back in the office on Monday. In smaller levels. Now, we didn't tell the world and analysts and investors that because they'd freak out. But I was spending a lot of time back in the office. All right. So today you're in pretty good shape. You have a heart transplant, but other than immune issues from time to time, you're feeling as good as you could possibly feel? I think most people wouldn't. I asked the table, I'm always running around. I just came back from Australia, and there's no restrictions. And you still exercise a lot? Not a lot, because the job, unfortunately, takes you... I'm not Dennis Muhlenberg from Boeing. I ride bikes with him. But so have you thought that maybe exercising and being a vegan isn't such a good thing, and maybe don't exercise and eat all the meat would be better? Have you ever thought of that? My doctor, who is a larger gentleman, I think would advise me. He advised me to go from vegan to what he calls flexitarian, meaning eat what the hell you want. All right. But eat lots of it because you need to gain weight.